Good afternoon, folks. This is Kimberly Jesika reporting in live today from Hollywood, California, and it is officially Manic Monday. I'm truly excited today because I have had the opportunity to sit down and have a quick little nice chat with a young lady that I'm going to be interviewing with today. I am coming off of my high, as you guys can hear. I just got off of TMZ not even an hour ago, and I am here today going forward. And I'm going to be talking to someone, as you guys are always aware, that I'm always looking for people to bring on the line to chat with them about the best ways to live your best life and to live your dreams now. And I love searching for people like that because I love proving the naysayers wrong. When they say you can't have this and you can't have that and give all the reasons why you can't, I bring someone on the show that can tell you all the reasons why you can and why they did it, how they did it, and how you can do it too. And today I'm really excited because I have a young lady on the line. She's a healthy, wealthy business mentor who coaches female entrepreneurs on how to create profitable, playful, and portable businesses. She is the founder of AmandaMoxley.com and the creator of several popular programs such as End Your Money Drama, as well as 20 Steps on How to Create, Sell, and Book 25K in 7 days or less. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to introduce you none other than the Amanda Moxley, who can share with you all the steps that you need to take and beyond to make $25,000 in 7 days or less. That's huge. Amanda, are you there?
Yes, girl. I'm so happy. Thanks for having me.
Yay! Thank you for being on. I'm like so psyched up about you right now because, I mean, seriously, Amanda, who couldn't use $25,000 right now? I know I can. So please, you are like my freaking genie in a bottle right now and my fairy godmother. Share with us and share with me how can we take the steps to create 25K. Share with us your story on how you got started and how you got rid of all your money drama. Because you know what? That's like the biggest thing with people and money. It's like they create this entire story. But I'm going to stop rambling. Tell me, Amanda. Tell us everything, Amanda.
Tell you everything. Well, I guess I'll start with my story. But so thank you for that awesome intro, and it's a pleasure to be able to share with all of you. And I used to be a social worker. I have a master's in social work, and I was a yoga teacher. I taught Bikram yoga for 10 years, and I was a waitress, and I was a ski bum. I traveled to 5 continents, and I never cared about money. And I was just like, whatever, it wasn't a big deal. And then after my first home water birth, in 2008, something really awoke in me, and I was like, Mama's got to make some money. And I had this vision board, and I had this lifestyle I wanted to live, and I'm married to my soulmate. We've been together for 17 years now, and we met when we were skiers, and we met when we were 23, so, we were like, a yoga teacher and a ski patroller, right? And so that was like that was my situation there, and but I was like, I know, like, I have a lot of potential, and I have a lot of power, I just love people, I love sharing, I love talking, I love like getting in the, in the spotlight. And so anyway, I just saw these other ladies online, frankly, and they were crushing it, making millions of dollars a month or years. And I was like, if they can do it, so can I. So I just like devoted all this time and money and energy and training and transformation to healing my money story and creating a profitable and portable and playful business. And there were some highs and lows. Definitely, I have found that you are shaped. For me, I've created a lot of drama and a lot of extremes in my business and my life that, like, it's like, what you're made of. Like, you're crushed into that diamond when you're at your breaking point and you're down on your knees and you're like, mercy, I pray that I can get through this situation. I've basically, drained my savings. I was down to my last $200. And it was time for me to make money. And I'd say that is really the first step for all of you, is to decide to make money. And that is something that, have you actually sat down and decided, just put your foot down, enough is enough, I'm done with drama. I mean, Kimberly, you have a master's degree. It's like, we're smart women. We're smart, we're trailblazers, we're, leaders, we're, revolutionary rock stars, and yet we're like in money drama. So it's about making the decision that it's time to make money. And at that point, then I just turned it on. I was like, it's time for me to make money. And I went on to make $54,000 in 6 weeks. That was the first big breakthrough. And how I did it was really just valuing, and this is what I coach my clients, is like really valuing the lifetime transformation that you're providing for your clients. And what is that ROI, that return on investment? And you have to charge a lot of money, or you have to charge enough money, because if you actually do the math and you sit there and say, okay, if I charge, whatever, and I'm talking here to coaches and people who are in coaches, healers, therapists, people who are in service-based professions, and in these industries, so for all of us, it's like we need to actually charge money for it, and you need to package it up. You need to package up your services. You can't just get rich doing a one-off session at $200. You have to create a package and create a valuable container that provides a transformation for your client. And when you do that, and you believe in yourself, the clients are going to say, oh my gosh, I want 10 of those. Can I sign up right now? So it comes down to making the decision, and that's number one. And write that down. Number one, it's time, and I am deciding it's time for me to make money. And that's going to bring up a whole bunch of shiz for you, because you're going to be like, well, wait, I'm used to playing the victim. Or, wait, I've been giving my power away and, waiting to be saved. And that's what a lot of women we have. It's like, I wasn't raised like that, but I saw this lady at Nordstrom's the other day, and I overheard her. She was a clerk, and she was having a bad day. And I was like, she was like, I can't wait to go home. And I was like, well, you need to be living your passion. And I was like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, you don't want to be around me because I'm like too positive. And she's like, marry well. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's what you want to do? And that's what a lot of, like, we have to just make the decision to make money, and then we need to value what we deliver. And a lot of us have been, and when I say, it's time for you to make money, I want to ask you, like, what comes up for you when I say that, because it's scary to get in your power. To me, making money is equivalent to getting in your power and becoming a player, #player. Like, you feel it in your solar plexus, and you're a player in the economy that's going on. And I just feel like, out of 7 billion people on the planet, most of the world's wealth is owned by men. And, 1% probably by men. And don't you think that if we were actually in our power with money, there probably wouldn't be famine and war and all the crap that's going on in the world right now, because we're conscious, loving, and we're connecting. We're women, and we are harmonious and nurturing. So that's really important. And then you want to create something that fires you up. So especially if you're a coach or you're a therapist or you're doing healing or you're doing whatever your modality is, don't look around, look left and right to see what everyone else is doing. Create something that fires you up, and answer this question. If money wasn't a problem and I could really teach or coach or create whatever that I want, what would that be? And get fired up about it and give yourself permission to get, to create what you want, because money really likes passion and desire. And when you're fired up, here's another thing too. You need to know your desires. And you said at the beginning, okay, well, $25,000, we could all use $25,000 this week, right?
Right. And we could all use it this week. Like, when you said that for me, Amanda, like, I immediately heard, suppose I can't deliver it. Suppose I get a horrible client that wants to get their money back and robs me. And suppose I can't do it. Like, those three things came up for me. And mind you, I'm okay with, making $25,000. It's just so interesting, the layers of hidden things that came up as you asked that, literally.
Yep. Yeah. So what you want to do then is, so you want to have big goals, because let's say that means you're making $25K in 7 days times 4 weeks, that's $100,000 a month.
Okay, so what do I do? Because I'm like, look, what do we do here? Because that's, you just said it. $25K in 4 weeks, that's $100K. Amanda, people don't feel that they can do that. And what you have is so powerful that it just created a bubble in me.
Nice.
Like, literally, it just created an excitement and a fear bubble in me, because you know what I could use $100K for in 30 days? If I could do anything on this planet right now, And I'm being really authentic with you. And money was not an issue. My dolls in China would be made. All of my books that are Kindle, my children's books that are Kindle right now would be hard copies, and I'd go on a book tour and find a book publisher. And all of the animated trailers would be done for my animated films. All of my trailers would be done, and I would shop those to Lionsgate and all the major film theaters to get funding. Those are the three things that I would do right now.
So, and what I love is, like, a lot of people will just be stuck in, oh, I can't do it, and they would never dream and desire. And you have those hot, juicy desires that are so clear, and your vision is very clear, and it's detailed. That means that I believe that desire, the meaning of desire in the Bible is actually, the root of it means of God. And your desires were planted in your heart at the moment of your conception, which is not something we want to think about. But, so your desires are of God, and you have that desire. I mean, how many lives are your children's books, and you going on tour, and you creating your dolls in China? What is that going to do for everyone else? So many people.
It's going to teach little girls across the world with learning disabilities like I have, that they can do anything they want. They can stay in kindergarten like I did, and that's why I stayed back twice, because I had learning disabilities. They can stay in kindergarten like I did in my head and create beautiful cartoons, cartoon books, and the matching dolls. That's what goes on in my head. If people were to do a projector of what goes on in my head, that's what's going on in my head.
That's beautiful. And so that's so beautiful, and you're ahead of the game because you're already thinking about how it can help other people, and you're getting out of your own way. You're getting out of your own way, and you're being the channel, but basically, let's go back to those blocks you had. What were those, those blocks you had was, I can't do it, or I'll have a horrible client that will want to screw me over, and what was the other one?
Okay, so I'll end up attracting a client that turns out to be a nightmare that wants the $25K back, or, that wants the money back, at least one of them. Or I won't be able to follow through and something will happen and I won't be able to, get what I'm promising. Or, God, can I really do that? That's too good to be true.
Okay, so you're going to so whenever, I call those LBs, whenever those limiting beliefs come up, you just want to stare them in the eye and look at them. And you could and then come up with solutions or argue your case of why and how you are good enough. Or if you do, you would put in your contract that no, there are no refunds. This is what you get, and we will go to court or mediation, right? You will say there's no refunds. And then what I would say is, it sounds like there's deeper issues around, like for me, when I really started receiving and I made $150K in 3 days, I then realized I had codependent issues because I felt overly responsible. I was like, oh my gosh, like they paid me all this money. Now I have to do everything for them. And I have to it's like I had a child and I had to wipe their, all children. I was like, I have to change their diaper too because they paid me this money. And they were the loveliest clients, but it was my own codependency. So you need to understand this, and that's really common with women and money. You're not responsible for your clients. You're responsible to deliver what you say you will, but ultimately it's up to them. They need to do the work, right?
Right.
So you would have to have real clear boundaries. With codependency, you need very clear boundaries. I work with you, so I know what your contract was, but, so that you would safeguard yourself so you wouldn't even attract some crazy client.
Right.
That would do that to you, because that situation probably sounds like maybe some roots in your childhood somewhere, like maybe a father or something happened.
I never had boundaries. No one ever had respect. There was no respect. I was the smallest, tiniest one, and I was pushed around, but I fought back. I was never a victim. I always fought back. You put your hands on me, there'll be consequences. That was always my personality. I'm a Taurus. We don't take things sitting down. You know what I mean? But it's just the fact that I had to come out of my feminine energy and the energy of I'm this giving, kind person that's very sensitive into a very masculine place to protect myself.
Yep.
So, even from mother to, or you'll be used or, they'll use you for all your gifts and then throw you to the side after. So those are the kinds of things that I experienced growing up. And even as a young woman, those are the kinds of things that I experienced. I'm sure that also had something to do with my money as well.
Oh, yeah. And so if you're not healed with your mother, write this down. If you're not healed with your mother, you will have a hard time receiving money. So any of us, have mother issues or, women issues, if there's blocks around there, you'll have a hard time actually receiving the money. And if you have issues with your father, then you're going to think that the universe, because male energy is expansive and generous and giving and all, it's expansive. It's never ending. It's expansive. And then, so you will believe that life is not generous and life is not fair and that you can't have what you want and that there's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And mother
Sounds
issues.
like me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's such a wonderful, as I've healed my relationship with money, it's been this beautiful healing for my wounded. So what I say is that the WC1, the wounded child, gets in the way of the WC2, which is the wealth consciousness. So what we are doing then is we're bringing these unresolved, unhealed aspects of ourselves, like our little 4-year-old or your young woman to business, or that part of you that was getting used and rejected and at 11 years old for your gifts. You are bringing that to business and bringing that to your interactions with money. So when you heal and transform those pieces, and it doesn't mean that person is going to be like, I'm so sorry, and take full responsibility and get their shiz together. That's not what we're saying. It's up to you to do your healing. Right. And then what you're doing then is they say something like, when you heal, you're doing work for 7 generations behind you and 7 generations ahead of you.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're obviously on those front lines for that reason.
Wow. And it's funny because just last year and the year before I had my business set up where, I wanted to create generational wealth. Like I have 1 child, but I want 3 more children. How that's going to happen, I don't know yet, but I want 3 more children, 3 more biological children. And I want to leave a future generation of wealth for those children. Mm-hmm. So, and for me, it's important for me to leave wealth for my descendants. I'm really big in the monarchy. I love monarchy. I love, anything with kings and queens. And I have my master's like you in education. Yours is in social work, but I was a psychotherapist. And I was also a teacher. So, I love anything with history. And so my point of saying this is I love monarchy and I love anything where you're able to, leave wealth for your future generations and not debt, if that makes sense. Like I want to change the face of my descendants and leave wealth for them.
Yes, and you will. And you have that desire. So then it's about, there's just knowing. There's a lot of healing, too, between you and I'm a very spiritual person, and I hope that's okay to share this, but I think as women in general, we are as spiritual people. But, you believe that there's one source, and then the crux is that you believe that the source wants to give you everything you desire. Like you believe in God or universe or source.
Yes, I believe in God, yep.
And then you believe
He wants to give us the desires of our hearts.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh my God, really? You really do? You love me that much? I'm that loved, I'm that special, I'm that adored, and then you just soften and you're able to be in that feminine energy, and then you're able to really, really, really receive.
Wow.
And be used by the divine.
Wow. Key pieces that people miss in business. And what I like the fact is that it's very practical. What you're saying is very practical, but it's the way that the message is delivered that makes it so receivable. It's so beautiful. It's so powerful.
Yeah, I have a good blend of the masculine and the feminine. So for people to really really just receive is really the next step, create something that you're passionate about, that you really want. Do the math. You have to charge accordingly. You have to know the ROI. I mean, if you're going to make $25,000, we can map it out for you right now. If you were to make, what's the most money, do you want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
What's the highest, okay, here's what I think you could do. You could create, what's the most you've ever charged for your services?
15,500 was the biggest package I've ever sold.
55?
15,500.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Package at once that I've ever sold. Yeah.
Okay, and then so how I'm thinking this is going to serve everyone. So that 16,500, how did that feel for you? And did you only sell one of those?
I only sold one, yep.
So did something bad happen?
Well, the services were delivered, but then the client started overstepping boundaries and contacting agents that she wasn't supposed to contact behind my back. So she started having boundary issues.
Yeah. Okay.
She got really correct because I started introducing her to like really big people in the entertainment industry. She went like fame crazy. She went fame nuts, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then there's some healing that you can do around that, because what you could do this week, so basically you would need to put all these things you've learned from these horrible clients, God bless them, you need to put all that shit up into your contract that says you can't do this and you can't do this and this, and then if you do, we'll fire you. And you will not get your money back. I don't know the ins and outs of your business, but you just need to be a businesswoman and have these things in your contract. To protect you, and then those boundaries hold you safe, and then you tell them, not like they just read the contract, and I'm not a lawyer, so I shouldn't be telling you lawyer advice.
Right.
But I mean, then you would, with me and my clients, I go through the contract verbally. I'm like, okay, here are the terms and conditions. Do you understand? Like, this is, because I've learned and I've been burned before. Like we all have. So you learn from these things. So you could then create something, like what would fire you up so much? I mean, you could go and create you could create a $25,000 package right now. You could do two $10,000 packages and a $5K package. You could do another $17,000 package.
I guess my issue then would be finding people that have the money, because a lot of people that, from what I've known, did not have the money after that.
Good question. So here's the deal. There's always 20% of every business is always going to have that VIP level. But when you are super sold on you and you just know the value, you're sold, you're not, a lot of people, we project our effed up money story onto other people and we think they don't have money. And it's because we don't think we're worth it or we deserve it or we're just wobbly in that area. So you need to, the thing is, when you change and you show up and you completely believe and you know it in your bones and you know the value and you're like, it's $50,000, please pass the butter. Then it's like they want that. People are looking for leaders and they're looking for people who will hold them and contain them. But you have to have healthy boundaries as well.
I mean, like for me, I can get people in Vogue, I can get people in Glamour, and I can get people on a TV network. Those are three major pieces of media.
Yeah, they are. There's 20% of people you know that will pay money to you to get them in there. You have to be thinking not like, oh no one has money. You start thinking, who are these people? And decide how many people do you really want to work with at that level.
Right.
And then there's 7 billion people on the planet. At least 5, 10, 20 people are at that level. More than that. So you need to have a big picture thinking, everybody. You can't be thinking small potatoes and the people you see at the grocery store or whatever, right? Or the people you interact with. You need to have bigger thinking. And you need to
need to find those people, yeah. Like my mind is racing as I'm talking to, and I'm glad that the people in the interview that are going to be listening to this are hearing this, because this is huge. I don't know everyday people that can get into these publications. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone. That can get people in these kinds of publications.
And so you just sell yourself on...
Most publicists most publicists do charge big money to do that. Just for one publication alone. For a mention in Glamour Online is like $2,500. And to get in there as a feature alone is like $4,000 alone as a feature without being a celebrity.
Right. So,
So
then if you want to create this, you need to make up a list of all the value and what this means and what you can do for them. And exactly, just go on a huge tangent like we are just starting right there. Sell yourself on this. You don't have to go look for people. You be that. You be that, you live that, you act it, you speak it, you hear it, and you are that, and they will come. I mean, obviously you need to take action and be vibing that, but once you actually make the decision, Kimberly, things will shift and you will manifest those people.
This is interesting. This is pretty powerful.
Mhm.
Sometimes you don't realize that you're playing small until somebody looks at it and is like, "Are you nuts?
Mhm.
You're playing really small. I mean, seriously, you're playing really small." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'll ask you, how is that serving you? What's the payoff for you playing small?
Fear. Not losing it all. Not getting my hopes up high. You know, being safe. I can afford this, I can afford that, I can afford this, and I'll be comfortable and safe until I figure out a way to get X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm really probably, stumbling myself from really living my animated, who doesn't want to wake up every day? Well, for me, and make dolls and cartoon books and write young adult novels and be the next I, Marlene, or the creator of the Vampire Diaries. Like, I write books like that, like Pretty Little Liars, Vampire Diaries, and except for my differences, I make them into films, animated films.
Cool.
Same concept, but they're animated films. So, I mean, books similar to Narnia, but they're animated films,
Cool.
So, I mean, who wouldn't want to wake up every day? And then I have my own T-shirt line and my own, you know what I mean? I have my own yoga bling wear line. So it's like I'm very creative.
You are. You're a creative genius. And you're holding back.
Yeah. Fair.
You're totally holding back and playing small and being comfortable. So you're telling me fear, you would be rejected. It's serving you because you're staying safe.
Or lose it all.
You could lose it all. Okay, so
or I've gotten rejected before and it didn't work out, and so it's like, okay, so I'm still thinking in the terms of coming from the point of view that I tried this before and it didn't work, so let me play it safe.
So how old do you feel right now?
How old do I feel?
Yeah.
How old do I feel? I feel about 50. That's not my 16-year-old talking.
Okay, so that's like your old cranky grandma. Just kidding, not like old grandma who's just going to play it safe, all shored up and done.
Don't get too big for your bridges.
Uh-huh. But I
usually tell the person that tells me don't get too big for my bridges to jump the bridge.
But it also sounds to me like there's also like a fearful little girl too.
Absolutely.
Mhm, like a little
fearful
5-year-old
little girl that has tried and failed.
Yep. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So you want to get in touch with her, and then you want to love her, and you want to, nurture that little 5-year-old and that 50-year-old that's just like, just play it safe, honey. You're going to get burned. And you want to love those two aspects of yourself and nurture them and ask them what they need. Maybe it's playtime or a bath, or they need a spreadsheet to show you of what's possible. And then from there, I'm going to ask you, what would the payoff be, or what would the payoff be if you actually did go for it and you did get your dolls and get your animations and your thises and that's and adopt your 4 kids, biologically birth your 4 kids and make $100K a month? Like, what would be that payoff?
Oh my God, I'd freaking create an amusement park. That would be my next big 10-year project, a mini amusement park for girls. For little girls, an amusement park based on the book. Because I would go into a program that would bring me to New York Times bestseller. I'd have the money to pay to get into the program. You see where I'm going with? It's like the possibility I can become a New York Times bestseller. Literally. I had that $100K. I would go. I know the person that does the program. I have the program, as a matter of fact. But I need someone to help me implement the program. But I literally have the program. It's just that I need someone to help me implement it.
Yes. So do you see how much you're holding back? I swear, you are...
Oh, God, Amanda. I literally have the New York Times bestseller program, all the, 40, 50 MP3s, and literally, yeah. Me and you need to talk when I get up. Yeah.
You can do it.
But I know the person that can implement it. I know the person that can implement it, and she charges like $10K or something like that. She charges like $10K.
Right. So you would have your 10K. So I'd like you to just see that, let's say you help 5 people get into Vogue and Glamour and these TV networks, and then you have all this amazing money. They're happy. They get in and they get their fame and whatever they want. And then here you are. Then you help this other lady out, New York Times bestseller, and now you're impacting millions of people as a New York Times bestseller. You've got your amusement park. Like, do you see how much? I've never really met anyone that is like so abundant in your creative genius thoughts of what you would do with it. I just think that it's kind of sad and selfish if you actually hold back. It's kind of being, self-absorbed. in your own shiz. And God's giving you this for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And he's talking through you to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I talk to him every day on a very intimate level. I talk to him.
I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to cry. I feel it in my heart and my eyes, so it's like you have a big mission. You need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't. You have this smarts, and you've already sold 16,500. And the thing is, if you just got out of your own way and just realized, hey, I'm helping people, this is what people actually pay. They're already paying that much money to someone else, so why don't you let yourself get paid that much?
Yeah, I mean, I have the photographer. I would send them. I would buy their ticket, and I would send them to Chicago to my Vogue guy, and I would have him take the pictures and put them in Vogue, and I would send them on a photo shoot to my Vogue guy in Chicago. I mean, when you make that kind of sale, you're able to create a VIP type of thing for the client, fly them out to Chicago where the guy is, to get their photo shoot done. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I have that. I have that. Literally.
And people really want that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's really good-hearted people that want that. And they would be there. The other thing too, everyone listening, is like you need to start seeing yourself as an answered prayer. And if you're holding back, you're being selfish and narcissistic and self-absorbed and selfish.
I'm fearful.
Yeah.
It's all fear. Because I'll give that. I can give that away. That's how much of a blessing it is that I can give it.
Mhm. And we weren't created in a spirit of fear.
No, but of power and of sound mind.
Yeah, exactly. You know it.
Yeah.
It's key, isn't it?
Power and a sound mind. Wow. Okay. Well, Amanda, this has been. Is this powerful or what? Like seriously, you just like wow. You just like took my chest and unzipped it, and a bunch of black crows and bats flew out.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm so happy.
Literally. Yeah. Like I saw Maleficent turn into the beautiful winged creature that she was before Stephen betrayed her,
Oh, wow.
Maleficent the movie. Seriously. Yeah. I became Maleficent.
Oh, I have chills.
Yeah, I became Maleficent. My wings were held hostage with chains around them in a dark castle.
Oh.
Maleficent.
Yeah, you don't need to do that anymore. Like, you have a gift, and you're meant to share it, and you're going to help other people with it. Who wouldn't want this? Yeah. So, knowing that what you wants you, or what is seeking you, what you're seeking is seeking you, like, you are loved, and for all of us to just realize, like, God, Source wants to give us everything we've ever desired. And we get to humble ourselves and become vulnerable. And if you said your femininity was taken away, you had to defend yourself and guard yourself, and so many of us women do. I mean, it's not a safe place, really. And now it's like you're an adult, and it's like you can soften and receive and be vulnerable. And that's how you make $25,000 in a week.
I just emailed
or more.
I just emailed you, by the way.
Oh, good.
Wow. Yeah, this is huge, Amanda. You're it with a big IT. Big IT. Not that clown from Stephen King. You're it. Like when I see it, I'm doing some stuff with Teen Vogue right now with my fashion line. Teen Vogue and Parsons.
Cool.
Because I'm also with Parsons School of Fashion.
Yeah.
So anyways, when I said when you're it, I'm thinking of the Teen Vogue It Girl program. Like you're it. You're it.
Cool.
So when you're a Teen Vogue It Girl, you think Bella Thorne, you think Zendaya. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're an It Girl, that's like you run young America in MTV series and CW series like Nina Dobrev and the Vampire Diaries, and those are the Teen Vogue It Girls. You're it. And that's my audience, the it girls.
Ooh.
My audience aren't the housewives. My audience are the it girls.
That sounds cool. That's so fun.
When I call someone an it girl, that's huge.
Okay, I feel it. I feel like it's coming through really big, and I lovingly receive. Thank you.
You're it. You're it. Like, yeah.
I love this.
Wow, folks, this is, you hear this stuff like this? Like, I literally had a breakthrough on this through the Huffington Post. Like, seriously.
It's so cool, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen now that she's had a breakthrough.
Yeah, well, I'm ready to, like I said, 100K in 30 days, that's, that can really change some things. You know what I mean? That's, a couple of trailers done and, find my sales agent for Lionsgate and give him the trailers, who's saying, have Lionsgate make my films. I have a sales guy, but he's like, I need a trailer. I can't do anything for you unless I have a trailer. You don't have any content. You have books, but I need a trailer. And I have all these 3D CGI dolls that are done in animated 3D that need to be moving and talking, but it costs to have them done.
And you have been given the gift, and it's about you deciding that yes, and I can read just where exactly and the thing is if you're not doing that, then you're holding back. I mean, actually, what is your aha? What has been your breakthrough?
Right now?
Yeah.
I feel hope. Like this is very real and possible in the palm of my hand. I just need the guidance. I have the product. I just need the guidance.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to be beautiful. Somebody wants to be a model. Somebody wants to be seen in these major sites.
Yeah.
Who has that? Who has 15 to 25K? You know what I mean? That they see the value in me, paying to get their hair done. I'll pay to get their extensions done or get their hair done. I'll pay for their makeup. I'll pay for their outfit. I'll pay for their plane ticket.
Yeah.
They just have to pay for their hotel and get to Chicago.
Yeah.
To my Vogue guy, to my guy at Vogue. And get their pictures done.
Right. And hello. So here's
that I can create.
So then, okay, so someone pays you $25K to do that. How much money are they going to make from being in Vogue? What's the ROI on that for them?
Well, if they're starting a modeling career, how many new models or people that want to create a lifestyle brand so that they can sell their high-end programs or whatever they want to be doing? How many people can say, hey, I've been in Vogue. I am a beauty coach. I am a beauty coach. Well, how are you a beauty coach? Because you went to beauty school? Well, no, I've been in Vogue. I've been in Glamour. I've been on national TV. You know what I mean? I've done these things, and I can show you how to create that fabulous beauty business or whatever it is that they want to do.
Yeah. So
for me, I would pay for something like that because I want to create this amazing, Bling yoga brand. I have a Bling fashion yoga brand, yoga wear that I'm creating. So, of course, people are like, well, who is she? I mean, who doesn't have a yoga line? Well, mine is a Bling yoga line, and it's been in Vogue, and it's been in Glamour, and it's, you know what I mean? It's been in major magazine. It's been at celebrity gifting suites, and different celebs have been seen with my T-shirts on. So it's like creating this world of celebratoire in high gloss magazines.
Yeah. So people would totally pay for that. So if you got to just not even think, here's the thing people get caught up in. They get caught up in money. It has nothing to do with money. It's about, you've got lettuce. I'm at Whole Foods. I want organic kale, and you have it. I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to buy it because I want to make a kale smoothie tonight. It has nothing to do with Whole Foods. It has I just want the kale so I can make my smoothie. So you need to get out. You need to not be the middle person and think about the money and keep your head down and your effed up money story there. You need to keep your chin up, eyes on the prize of what's in it for them. And once you get that, you're going to make a sale tonight. I challenge you to make a sale in the next 24 hours.
I just left you an email.
Okay, awesome. Well,
Amanda, you're the real deal. You know that, right?
Oh, I feel it. I've been on the path, and I do a lot of work, and I'm very passionate about, my whole motto is JFDI.
We've been Facebook friends for years. Do you know that?
We have?
Yeah, we've been Facebook friends for years.
Did you know me?
We're friends.
We're friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, I did not know this. I'm so glad we're friends.
I became friends with you around the same time as some other big name coaches.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
There you are. Okay, I totally, yeah.
You know who I am, yeah.
I totally do.
We've been friends for years, Amanda.
I love it.
At least since like 2009, 2010, around that time we became friends.
Huh? Oh, yeah, totally.
Yep.
Well, now I feel like we're even deeper friends.
Yeah, big time. You just never know who's on the other end of that Facebook picture. You never know. I never underestimate anyone. You just never know who you could be talking to and friends with. You never know. You just never know.
That's why I love meeting people live and talking to them, because it just makes such a connection. So basically, should we just recap this for everyone?
Yeah, let's recap this, because you know what? People are going to be hearing this all across the world, literally. Let's recap, because I'm going to, the name of this article is, Amanda coaches Kimberly how to make $25K in 7 days or less. Kimberly takes challenge.
I love it. Okay, cool. Kimberly challenge, exactly. So first you just make the decision that it's time for Mama to make some money, or whatever, whatever your name, just decide it's time for me to make money, okay? And be cool with money. Money's not weird. Money's just energy. I have a 7-year-old son. He's like, I don't understand money, Mom. And I'm like, Sawyer, it's just energy. It's currency. And either you're standing in the currency or you're not in the currency, but it's really not emotional, and it's just a currency. And it's blipping around all over the whole world as we speak. So decision, it's time to make money. Number 2, own your value. Own the value of the transformation that you are providing. Like Kimberly she's getting people in the spread in Vogue and Glamour on TV shows, busting out their modeling career. And the ROI on that, they're going to be, they'll be in America's Next Top Model, and then they'll have their own show, and then they'll have their own line. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So you own the value of the transformation you provide, and you do the math, and you charge accordingly. Don't look around and see, these people charge, everyone else charges this much, or I think a lot of the way we charge has to do with our self-esteem and our self-worth. Yeah, and it's how you
making a quick fix now sale to just fix the problem now, and we'll figure it out later. That type of mindset too.
Yeah. So
let me charge $400 for it, and because I need the rent money, so let me charge $400. I mean, I've seen people do that. I'm like, dude, you're charging $400 to be in Vogue. That's not even one picture. That's
I know,
yeah,
totally.
I've seen people do it. I've literally seen people do it.
Yeah, well, this wealth consciousness is just a really important piece, right?
Very important.
Very, 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 very important.
You can become rich in your business. You can become rich in your business.
That's the point of business.
That's just right. I'm not here to make any money. I'm not here to get rich. I am. I'm going to raise my hand. I am.
I mean, it's seriously there for a reason, guys. You're in business to make money. It's not a hobby. You can do your hobbies, but the thing is, so do the math, charge accordingly, own your desires, and know what the money will be for. You've got your whole plan mapped out from A to Z, and it's such a beautiful vision. And so a lot of people, they get stuck. They don't know what the money would be for, and they have limited thinking. So own the desire. Give yourself permission to own to receive and be vulnerable. So that it goes decision, value, do the math, desire, receive/get vulnerable to receive it. And then in here I didn't, we do need to talk about action, but we talked about, okay, well, what would you create? And so you do want to create something that's so hot and so juicy that you can't wait to sell. At my last event, I sold a $50,000 coaching program. I had no problem. To be honest, I was like, I don't know if anyone in this room is going to buy it, but someone did. And I was like, it just proved to me that there's always going to be someone who wants that VIP experience. So, and I just believed in it, and I wasn't attached to it, and I just knew the value, and so you just want to create something that you're pumped up about, that you're fired up, and you're like, oh my, like you were saying, this juicy VIP experience. And so you do that, and you create something super juicy and super hot that you're turned on by, because money likes to be turned on. Like, it's a high frequency money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to get turned on and get fired up, and really, and then the other thing is, do that inner work about going, checking in. Okay, how old do I feel? Okay, I'm bringing my 5-year-old. I'm bringing my 50-year-old to work with me, and then make decisions based on where you want to be versus on who you feel you are now.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah, that is.
That's powerful.
Yes.
Powerful. Wow. Well, Amanda, you know what? This has been so enlightening today. We're going to have to wrap up. But God, is there any last minute juice you want to leave clients with before we wrap up? Because you gave $1 billion info today.
Woohoo!
$1 billion info. $1 billion. Breakthrough $1 billion info you gave.
Oh my gosh.
How can we get in touch with you? How can we work with you?
Okay, so you can go, so the blog you'll have is amandamoxley.com/blog. I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/health and wealth coach, and I do live streams on there, Facebook live streams daily. But most importantly, I have a free gift for everyone, and that can be found at amandamoxley.com/blog. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a free gift and an audio, and it's called, Get Off the Feaster, Finally End Your Money Drama and Ditch the Feaster Family Roller Coaster and Start Making Money Now. And it's an audio and a PDF, and I get feedback from people that it's extremely healing, because that's really, what I ultimately do is just help people, heal and transform and then decide and then take action and just do it. That's what we're in business for. So, I'd love any feedback if you're listening to this, if you wouldn't mind sharing it with your friends or, tagging me.
Oh, I am. This is going out there. It's going to 6 podcast stations and news and radio shows and Huffington Post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, yeah.
This is syndicated. Viral.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Kimberly takes challenge. So, Kimberly, I will ask you, what are your action steps? I know I'm like, so I'll ask you, what are your JFDI, just up and do it, action steps based on our little combo today?
I'll be talking to you in like 5 minutes when we get off the phone.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Anything else?
Putting a package together. I'm going to write it out. I'm going to write the package out.
Yep.
I'm going to write the package out. And I know that inspiration will come to me on what to do after I write that package out, because I'm going to write it all out, and I'm going to give them the VIP experience of $25,000. They're going to get a nice VIP experience.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's going to turn you on. You're going to get so juicy. You're going to be feeling it. And then set the intention of how many people you want in it and by when. And then here's the last thing you want to do. You want to see it. So you want to see yourself receiving that $25,000 times 4 into your inbox. You want to make sure, do you mind if I keep going? I'm just going to give you a couple more tips.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you have the capability to receive that money. You want to get your contract in place. You want to be able to see it. So see all those points of that transaction. And then what would it feel like? Like you receive that money and you're like, yes. So you're going to feel that however you would feel. Maybe you'd be more relaxed. I don't know. You want to feel those feelings. So you want to see it. You want to feel it. You want to hear it. What does it sound like when you get that money or you land that client and you make that $100K or that $25K? What does that?
I'm going to hear this. I'm going to hear an email from Google telling me that a payment just came in.
Yes, you are. And you're going to hear like applause and gratitude and and then, whatever else you can envision yourself hearing. And then you're going to see, and then you're going to speak it. So you're going to look in the mirror 2 times daily before you go to bed and before you wake, and right when you wake up, and you're going to look in your left eye and your right eye, and you're going to speak this out loud. Like, I am so fired up and grateful. I just sold my first $25K package, and now I'm selling my second, whatever. You just write up a little script and you say that. And it will manifest.
Wow.
And of course you're going to take action and get a plan together, make a leads list, follow up with any low-hanging fruit, connect with people, etc.
Wow. You hear this, folks, right? This is the real deal. This is real McCoy, folks. This is it. There's no reason why you can't have $100K in the next 30 days, changing your financial life, and there's no reason why you can't step and repeat 2 times, 3 times after that, or just doing it every month, just stepping and repeating. That'll bring you to $100 million in a year.
Yeah, more than $1 million.
More than $1 million, yeah. $100K a month. Yeah. 1.2 million.
Yeah, there you go.
$1.2 million.
If more and more women like us and cool men, obviously listening, or watching, we step into this. Just envision how amazing our world's going to be.
It's going to be amazing.
So let's do it.
It's a lot of money.
Yep.
Really amazing. Well, Amanda, it was such a pleasure having you on with us today. We're so happy we got the chance to talk to you, and I get the feeling we're going to be talking to you again really soon. We'd love to invite you back to be a frequent flyer, frequent guest with our program, with our Huffington Post and our blog and our podcast and radio show program, because you have good stuff. You have good stuff.
Oh, thank
you.
Really
good stuff. And we just want to thank you for taking the time. And, you know, this was an interview, but this was a coaching session, if you ask me, you know, live on air. And we just want to thank you again for being with us today and really opening up those thoughts of just real possibilities and hope, because it's real, and you brought that forth. So I just want to thank you again, and, you know, we look forward to having you back, and just thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure. It's been such a joy. I love sharing, and I'm so grateful that I had this opportunity to impact your life in such a positive way, and everyone else if you're listening and if it helps. So it's really my mission. So thank you.
Oh, my goodness, you're the best. Okay, Amanda, we will be in touch, folks, unless you're, you know, sitting on your fannies, you know, taking your time, please take a listen to this MP3, listen to this podcast, listen to the radio show, check us out on the Huffington Post, listen to this, and change your financial future forever. This is huge. She challenged me to $25K in the next 7 days. That's between now and Sunday of $25K, and I'm going to take the challenge. So, folks, you can too. You can too. Thank you so much for interviewing with us, Amanda. Have a great day, sweetie.
You too, lovey. Thank you. Namaste, everyone.
Dear. Take care. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello? Hello? Hello?